Hello and welcome back to Green Money Momentum. I'm your host, Trevor, and today we're going to be talking all about the stock DJT. And DJT had a massive pop today. The stock was up 7% and is now sitting at $24. And the overall markets had a pretty healthy day, so a lot of pumps in basically everything. Most individual stocks, cryptos, and ETFs. And this is because we finally saw Paul Atkins get sworn in as the new Securities and Exchange Commissioner. We have been talking about this since last year and how this is very positive as his predecessor wasn't the best. We didn't really like Gary Gensler as the SEC chairman. He did step down earlier this year, but now we have the very pro crypto and just pro markets Paul Atkins into office. So I'm very excited about this, and we're going to revisit that here in a second after we do our technical analysis. And so with DJT, what is really positive about the recent moves that we have seen is it has brought us to this major support in this stock. And so you can see these lines I have drawn out here. This is just to show the major support in this stock for the long term. So this is a pretty strong support because when we look at the last year, we can see that this stock has been pretty high flying. We've seen prices all the way up to $60 and everywhere in between to 30, 45, all of that. But with every single big movement we have seen the stock drop back down, but right to these levels between $21 to $27. And the only time we've fallen below that was right before the elections, where we then did have a swift recovery. And then most recently, with the bearish trend that we have seen in the market, it did drop us to this level of what I have considered to be oversold. And right now, it does look like that was an oversold spot. So we are back to this major support. And when we do look at the other technical indicators on the MACD and the RSI, it does look like we have it does look like we have more room to run in this stock. And so this is very positive for DJT. We were just talking the other day how he is urging the SEC to look into the short selling and possible manipulation that has been going on behind this stock, which we have talked about for a long time. We have been diamond hands in DJT with a strong conviction because of all the intrinsic value we see behind this stock, but because of short selling and then just overall manipulation. I mean, we've seen this stock get halted to where it can't even run in any direction, overall hurting the price. Because of all that, DJT Trump Media and Technology Group has finally reached out into the SEC to look at this. And then today we did see Paul Atkins get sworn in as the new head. And so we saw here today, as this article reads, Atkins, a Wall Street consultant, will take over the independent regulatory agency at a time when Democrats have pressed the SEC to investigate Trump's influence on the market, especially in the light of his latest sweeping tariff announcement. And so this article will make it sound negative, but I am very bullish on the markets and on what Trump is doing. So we have talked about on this channel how we believe in the long-term plan. And with that plan, a long time ago, he said he wanted to appoint Atkins as the new SEC chairman to overall fix the corrupt markets. And so before, we had Gary Gensler in office, and he was known for notably being terrible and putting a lot of plays under lawsuit, most notably XRP. And so Gary Gensler wasn't the most positive for the markets. And actually, when we were at the inauguration earlier this year, we tried to pay a visit to Gary Gensler, but he wasn't in office. So I'll roll the clip here for anyone who hasn't seen it. And so also with the markets, it's like we're detectives. We're always trying to figure out what the storyline is. And with DJT, the storyline has been the overall mass adoption into cryptocurrency. And so we have talked about this again since November, and how DJT, Trump has a lot of influence over cryptocurrency. We saw the events earlier in the year with Bitcoin and the reserve for that, and then just so many other things. One of those things is how Trump Media has these crypto ETFs that they're going to be doing. So a big investment all around crypto and having a crypto ETF. And so Paul Atkins fits into the scenario because he is very pro crypto and letting the markets run, right? Whereas the opposite was happening when Gary Gensler was in office. And so there was some more news about the crypto trading platform ETF as well, which also did help this stock gain some value also. And just like this article says, we'll see that crypto.com will be helping Trump with this. And so overall, with the stock DJT, we have been investing in this play because of the intrinsic intrinsic value behind this stock. A lot of it to do with crypto, but also they have their whole Truth Social platform, including the app, and then also their streaming services as well. And so we believe heavily in this stock. And I know a lot of you who are watching my videos do too. I have seen a lot of you in my comments section since early September, October, and November, and you are still watching the videos today. So everybody who has been here for the long term, I want to say thank you to all of you, and all of you have been a major part in me doing this. And so I really, really love talking about stocks and the overall stock market, and to have a platform with a loyal audience means the world to me. And so I'm going to continue to update you guys every single time I see anything about DJT or the overall market. But I would love to hear what everyone else's opinion is on this. Again, I love the comments so much, so please drop a comment on what you think about DJT, if you're bullish or bearish. Please leave a like, and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next video.